ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was? Then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. If you're a follower of this channel, you probably have seen my video. If you haven't, I'll link it up below, entitled Illuminati Music Magic, where I go through a list of songs that refer to the word magic, whether it's the name of the album or an actual song. And again, we have another mainstream star releasing a song with the word magic in it. Now we have Bruno Mars releasing 24 Karat Magic. Must be another coincidence, right? Everybody just talking about magic, but they've made the world believe that magic is some type of fairy dust and fairy tale and wonderful thing. They say when people fall in love, it was like magic. When somebody sees somebody for the first time and that it's the person of their dreams, it was like magic. When you accomplish something, oh, it was magical. What a magical moment. All indoctrinating people with the word magic to make it, make society think it's something that it's not. We have Justin Timberlake magic, Bruce Springsteen magic, Coldplay magic, Frank Sinatra, that old black magic, the Cars magic. I mean, the list goes on and on. Santana, black magic woman, Queen, a kind of magic. I mean, Sting magic, Smash Mouth magic, Eddie Money magic, Selena Gomez magic. These are all songs by famous artists. Wow, must be a coincidence. I guess they don't really care. Nobody sat there and said, hey, somebody already has a song magic. We probably shouldn't name it that, right? It's like saying, what's a popular song? Maybe the Rolling Stones, Gimme Shelter, or the Beatles, Can't Buy Me Love. You don't see those songs, people coming out with new songs with the same name. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to name it Can't Buy Me Love. Nobody will think of it as the Beatles' name of their song. No, they just keep reusing the name magic, magic, magic. They've indoctrinated everyone with magic. And now we get Bruno Mars, like I said, 24 Karat Magic. Must be a coincidence that all of these songs are magic. The Illuminati, these Satanists, they are all about black magic and performing black magic rituals. That is what they do, in addition to human sacrifice, blood sacrifice, and these sexual orgies and pedophilia that runs rampant in Hollywood, runs rampant in all of these elitist circles. So let's start with Bruno Mars' 24 Karat Magic. So you see right off the bat, a zoom in on Bruno Mars' face. He's wearing sunglasses. You can see the pyramid right there between his eyes, on his glasses, on the frame of his glasses. That must be a coincidence, right? Oh, I guess I'm nitpicking. I'm sure that's not strategically there. I'm sure they didn't strategically zoom in right on that so everyone could see it. This isn't the first time we've seen Bruno Mars using the Illuminati pyramid symbolism. We've seen him at Super Bowl halftime shows, dancing in front of the pyramid, deliberately put behind him as he performs. We even heard him scream Illuminati now during his halftime show. But those must be coincidences too, right? Yeah, I guess it all is. What else do we see in this video? Well, we see Bruno Mars and his dancers, the people dancing with him, throwing up all sorts of satanic hand gestures. We see them throwing up devil horns. We see them even throwing up the peace sign, which isn't a surprise. As in these music videos where they glorify drugs, sex, parties, women walking around in thongs, everybody go to Vegas, get drunk, throwing money in the air. You see this theme all the time in these music videos. It is not a coincidence. This is part of the dumbing down of society. This is part of young teens craving this lifestyle and craving the materialistic things of this world. This is how these kids start thinking that way and wanting those things, because they look up to these people and then they show them, look, you could have all this. You could chase your dreams. You could be rich. You could party with women in thongs all day long and drink champagne all day and do whatever you want and have a great time. Isn't it cool? Isn't it fun? And kids seek this lifestyle. because these artists promote it. And it's why you see this common theme in all these music videos. Drake does it. Drake just had a video. Looks like the same thing. I just exposed this video a month ago that Drake did. Partying by the pool, drinking with French Montana, women in thongs, throwing money up in the air, getting drunk, throwing up Illuminati hand symbols. Yeah, this is real original. This is done deliberately. This is conditioning. Constant conditioning, over and over and over. They show you this stuff. The teens out there watch this, then they strive for this lifestyle. So we see all of that stuff, which is common in these videos with the drugs, the drinking, the partying, and that lifestyle. Then we see on the slot machine, the 777. I guess some of you have wondered, wow, what does the 7 stand for? Oh, lucky 7. It is the cult of 777, Aleister Crowley's teachings, Aleister Crowley's books. Kabbalistic Writings of Aleister Crowley is the title of his book, The Cult of 777. This is numerology that we see all the time, used in the occult and Satanism, just like we see the number 33 used all the time. It is the reason the slot machine has 777 on it, despite the lies that they'll tell you about those things. All of these things are associated and linked into the occult. All of these scams, such as slot machines and people going to Las Vegas and pulling on a lever, not realizing that these machines are rigged and fixed, but the 777 is right on there. Then we see Bruno Mars dressed up in the black and white robe, because they always have to get the black and white symbolism in. It doesn't just have to be on the tiles. I've shown it in all these videos that I do exposing these artists. You always see them in black and white clothing, whether it's Beyonce, Rihanna, Katy Perry, Madonna, the list goes on and on. Now we have Bruno Mars wearing it. The black and white, of course, symbolizes as above, so below. Your good deeds outweigh your bad deeds. We see the black and white tile in the Mason lodges. That's why it is there. The black and white symbolizes the Baphomet, the duality. That's what they believe, the balance in the universe. So we see him wearing that. It's not a coincidence. It's strategically done. He didn't just say, oh, I would love a black and white robe. Can somebody go get me one? Okay, the producers strategically put these things in there, these costumes and stuff. And of course, Bruno Mars knows what's going on. He's a part of it. He's going along with it, as always, as all of them do. And it isn't a coincidence. For those of you that don't know, I've talked about how these artists, there always is a death lingering around these musicians or these Hollywood actors, but mainly these musicians. There's always some type of death around them. And people just think of it, oh, this poor person, they've had this death in their family. Most of the time it's their mother, but it could be somebody else, of course. It's a blood ritual. These people make these sacrifices when they're indoctrinated in Satanism and the occult, when they become famous or they rise into fame, like Kanye West's mother. Well, what a coincidence. Bruno Mars and Kanye West, before they became massive, massive stars, both of their mothers had, these really random type deaths. It must just be a coincidence that the majority of these artists have death associated with them, that some type of traumatic death, a murder or something occurred as they were rising to fame or right before it all happened. It's not a coincidence. Okay, you can look at the list. There's lists out there that people have made that have all of these people who have death just following them around. It's not a coincidence. If you're new to this channel, you don't understand, blood sacrifice and human sacrifice is the core of Satanism. Okay, these people make ritual offerings. It's been going on forever, and it's never stopped. The reason you don't hear about it is pretty obvious. They're not going to announce it on the mainstream news because they control the mainstream news. This is the stuff they do in darkness, okay? This is what they do. This is what they perform. These rituals, these black magic rituals, and these ceremonies that they perform, all of them, they need to make a blood ritual sacrifice, especially these people who become famous in Hollywood and the music industry. And it's no different for Bruno Mars or Kanye West. They all just, what a coincidence. All of them just have all these deaths around them. And the list is more than just them. It's a long, long list of musicians and actors. So this is just another one of these songs where you see the black and white symbolism. You see the pyramid. You see the 777, the cult of 777. You see Aleister Crowley's involvement. You see devil horns thrown up. You see all sorts of hand gestures. But the promoting of this lifestyle, promoting of let's go to Vegas, let's dance around with women in thongs. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. But this is how they brainwash the youth into wanting to live this lifestyle. And I guess it must be a coincidence that it's another song with the word magic in the title. This time 24 karat magic, 24K magic. And like I said, there are so many songs out there. The list goes on and on. One Direction, magic. Lil Wayne, magic. Sting, every little thing she does is magic. Perry Como, magic moments. Heart, Magic Man. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Like I said, Selena Gomez, Nick Drake, The Platters, Black Eyed Peas, magic. Pussycat Dolls, magic. The Temptations, magic. Is it a coincidence that all of these people have songs called Magic or albums called Magic, that Justin Timberlake and Bruce Springsteen have an album called Magic? Nobody said, hey, doesn't so-and-so have an album with the same name? This is an indoctrination. That's what this is. It's conditioning and it's an indoctrination. And it shows you just how dumb and slow society has gotten, because people hear magic now and they think that it means something wonderful. They think, oh, magic potion, that's a good thing. Oh, magic, Disney, the Magic Kingdom, all of this stuff. This entire society has been indoctrinated with magic to think that magic is good. Meanwhile, magic is bad. Magic is associated with human sacrifice and blood rituals. Okay, magic, if you're someone who follows Jesus Christ, you should not be following or listening to things that are talking about magic. You shouldn't be going and seeing psychics. You shouldn't be involved in anything along these lines. But what they do is they use these songs, they use these games like the Ouija board and Dungeons and Dragons and all this stuff, Harry Potter. It's all an indoctrination into magic. The Disney movies with Cinderella and the magic that goes on in that, Snow White and the magic there. It's all about magic. It has been an indoctrination since the television has come out. They have been brainwashing people into getting indoctrinated with the occult. And that's what's happening. And soon people are going to be willingly joining this, willingly accepting this, and go along with all of it. So this is Bruno Mars, another song with the word magic in the title. More Bruno Mars propaganda. We've seen him talk about the Illuminati. We see him with the pyramids and his performances. Just another one of these artists, another song, another week this song comes out that's just cloaked in witchcraft and Satanism and magic and Illuminati symbols. It must just be a coincidence. It must just be me. Right? Some people message me and they say, you're just looking for these things. I mean, oh yeah, there's just it's all just randomly happening in $1 million production of a music video that they throw out there. They're just randomly throwing pyramids in there. Everybody just loves pyramids and all-seeing eyes, and they love the black and white symbolism because that's not dated, black and white tiles. Or black and white clothing like the zebra pants and that kind of stuff. No, they just all love it. Give me a break. So this is Bruno Mars again, 24 Karat Magic. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.